Hi guys, and welcome to Stamping with Val, and I'm back today with another card tutorial for you. And today we're going to be making this card. Some of you might recognise the layout from a card I made to wish all my American friends a happy 4th of July. I'd actually made this card originally and based that card on this one. I just recreated it in red, white and blue. So you may have seen that on my Facebook page, or you might have seen it in my Instagram feed. This is actually the version we did at my Laughs and Paper Crafts class. That's the class I run locally in Rugby in the UK. And at that class we make 3 cards, we make 2 of each. And we always try and get a birthday card in there because I think that's the card that most people need all the time. So we always try and get a birthday card in there. And this was the birthday card we did. And I try and get some guy-y, teenager-y, boy-y type ones in there as well. I think this would be a fabulous card for a tween, a teenager, any bloke. But you could easily change up the colours and do a female version as well. So let's go ahead and make this today. We're going to start with our base card, and that is Bermuda Bay. It's a sheet of A4 cut in half lengthways, so from the short side and down, and then scored through the middle and folded to give us our card base. The other things that we're going to need today is we're going to need, a red star. This is cut using the star framelits. It's the second smallest one, I suppose, so from smallest to biggest it's the second size up, I think. And I've cut this one from real red. I've also got a little black banner. It's actually slightly smaller than the one you see there. I think I hand cut that one. This one along with this real red star both came from the new popcorn thinlits. I found those in there, so I could just use those to die cut those out. So that's basic black, that's real red again. And then you're going to need a piece of white cardstock, just a scrap. This is the thick white because I like it even for stamping elements on. I think it gives all my projects just a bit of, what's the word? I just think it makes them feel solid, like they're not flimsy, gives them a quality feel to them. Okay, so those are all the elements we're going to need, and obviously we're going to need some stamps and some ink. So the stamps and inks we're going to need today. For the background, we're going to stamp it all over with a little starry background to fit in with the star theme. I found that in my perpetual birthday calendar stamp set. I've almost never used this for calendars at all. I've used all these elements for backgrounds, and I love that swatch. I'd used that on the baby bear card last week. Fabulous, just have in your stash collection. It's useful for so many things. And then I also have Daffodil Delight ink with the Enjoy Your Day badge. That's from the brand new badges and banners. There we are, it's that one there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stamp this first. So back in with our piece of thick white. We're going to ink up our badge. Okay, and when we're happy we've got it all covered, I'm just going to stamp it on here. Straight down, straight up, not bad. Pop those off to one side. And then we're going to need to punch that out, so I'm using the Coordinating Best Badge punch. And to cut it out neatly, you're going to obviously need to turn the punch upside down so that you can see where you're punching. Get it nice and even inside. And then pop, there we go, there's that. They can go off to one side too. Now let's stamp up our background, because then when we've done those, we're on to assembly really. So I'm just using the Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to stamp randomly all over. I'm turning the card because I find it easier to turn the card than to turn the stamp. Ideally, you're going to want to go off the edges of the card a little bit. I'm trying not to do that because I don't want to stamp on this background I've got. I'll go ahead and add some off the edges later. I'm struggling to get one in there. Oh, that's going to be into the badge anyway, isn't it? So really we want to come off that edge, maybe off that corner. Yeah, that looks okay. See if I can get away with this corner as well. Falling off the screen again. Close enough. Okay, so we've stamped that all over. I haven't done a brilliant job. I'm sure you'll do better to come off the edges. Okay, so now we just need to bring all our elements together. The other fun thing about this card, and I'm going to try and bring it closer, hopefully you can see, is that I've made the star kind of pop up. I've made it three-dimensional. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to need something to score with. I'm going to use my paper trimmer, but you could just use a ruler and a scoring tool. And basically we're going to score through all 5 points of the star. So I'm just going to pop this in here, lining up through the centre of each point and just scoring through. So I see there's 5 points, so you're going to have to go through around 5 times. Ooh. That's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to fold through all those score lines. And the last one, there we go. And then to get the 3D effect, you kind of want to pinch the points at the end, and that's going to raise up the points of the star whilst putting down the in-betweens, sort of ducking those down. So you're creating sort of mountain and valley folds all the way around, so you've got something with a bit of three-dimensional oomph. And then we're going to start sticking things together. So onto the top of that, I'm going to stick this black banner, and I'm just going to use a glue dot in the middle of the banner, and I'm just going to stick it to the middle of here. The star's going to end up getting a bit squashed for a minute, but don't worry, we'll sort of oomph it back up later. So I'm going to pop that on there, and then into the middle of that we're going to put our banner. Now ideally I'd like things stuck down with a little bit more than a glue dot, but because we've given the star the 3D oomph, we can't really. So if you prefer things a bit more secure, maybe go with less oomph on your star. I'm going to pop that on there, but it does mean it is only actually stuck in the centre there. If we turn it over, we're then going to stick this using some dimensionals, but you want to put your dimensionals up near the points of the star. If you put it in the middle there, then to stick it down, you're going to flatten everything and you'll lose that 3D effect. Okay. And then what I do is again just give them another bit of a pinch. It's a bit tricky with the dimensionals now on there, but the dimensionals will sort of fold. Plus it brings the edges up and makes it easy to get the backs off, which is always a bonus. There we are. There's that bit. So if we go ahead and remove the backing from those, see, look, came off dead easy. We can pop this onto our card. I'm going to go with this sort of bottom right hand corner, but you could put it up in the middle, wherever you like. I'm going to go with there. And I want to press it down, but I don't want to lose that kind of 3D-ness of my star, so I'm just going to give all the stars, the points, a bit of a tweak, whilst not unsticking it at the same time. And now we're just going to finish it off with a twine bow. You could do a knot if you wanted. Because it's in black and because of the rest of the card, I don't think the bow matters if you're thinking from a manly perspective. But it's personal choice. I've got some ladies who avoid doing bows just because they're not very good at them. And so they just stick with a knot. Otherwise they get themselves flustered over their bows. But personally I find if you do left over right, if the strand that's coming out from the bottom is the one you want to make your first loop. and then wrap around with the one from the top, and hopefully something vaguely reasonable will come out. There we go, that's not bad. I haven't brought any scissors to trim that off with. Okay, and then all that's left is that little red star that we cut using the popcorn thinlits, and just pop a glue dot on the back of there and stick that over the knot part. I'll trim that bit off later. So there you go. There's my fun man, teenage boy, any boy really, birthday card for you today. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll come back soon for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.